What's up, everybody? This is Sunil Nation 98 here.
What's going on, my pet shoppers and video gamers? This is the Littlest Nintendo Shop here.
What's up, everybody? It's I Can Snake.
Hello, everyone. This is WinRS28.
Greetings, everyone. This is CC Trainor-Ling.
What's going on, guys? This is James the COD man, and everywhere you look, everywhere there's a heart, a hand to hold on to.
Oh yeah, guys. So guess what?
What?
I've been working a lot on my Russell impression. I wonder if you guys want to hear it.
Sure.
Oh, sure.
Hey,
Sure. Go ahead, dude.
All right, guys. Listen up, everyone. Blight's big fashion show is happening today, so we got to get things organized. Vinny, oh, your shoes are everywhere. Sunil, would you stop eating? Penny Ling, I need your help as well.
Wow, that was
Wow.
a great impression.
Oh my!
Bravo!
Whoa.
Bravissimo!
Guys,
Whoa,
there's
spot
just one little problem.
Wait, what?
That wasn't me.
Huh?
Really?
Wait, what?
What?
Well then, wait. Then who was it?
Yeah.
It was me, Sam Vincent. Sam
Oh,
Vincent.
Oh wow!
Oh
Hey,
my
Sam
God.
Vincent's here. That's sweet. All right,
Well,
cool.
that was nice. Wait,
Vincent plays Russell Ferguson is here with you guys having a Skype interview. So, hello, everyone. Nice to be here.
It's great to have you here.
Yeah, great.
Well, Travis,
Oh, totally.
what's up?
Well,
We're
this
great.
is what's up.
What are we gonna
It's nice and clear over here, if that's what you're asking, but otherwise, yeah.
clear? Nice, excellent.
All right, guys. So, I know this doesn't come as the first question, but I figured I might as well just throw this one right out there. My first question is: when you were coming up with Russell's voice, or just coming up with Russell's personality in general, were you thinking about Double D at all when you were thinking of his voice and personality?
Well, obviously, when you look at something, you go, "Oh, well, he's got a lot of the same traits as Double D," but I wasn't trying to make him sound like Double D. It's just sometimes you naturally have characters that you gravitate towards or people just like you for. I usually play a lot of fastidious, characters who are, a little bit of bossy pants and they like things just so. So sometimes it's just the way I get cast sometimes with certain things. So it's funny, we were talking a little bit before we started the interview is how Russell's voice seemed to change a little bit over the season. And in the beginning, he was a little bit more, I don't know, the voice was a little bit less cartoony, more human. And then he got a little bit more higher and more, I don't know, persnickety as the series went on. So I don't think that was just a natural progression. It just kind of happened that way.
Mhm.
But I don't think I was thinking of Double D, but I certainly knew that there were similarities. And actually, one of the guys, one of the directors who works on Littlest Pet Shop, Joel Dickey, he actually was one of the storyboard artists on Ed, Edd n Eddy. And I remember when we first started Littlest Pet Shop, he kind of looked at me and said, "Hey, this character is kind of Double D," and I was like, "Yeah, there's quite a lot of Double D there too, yeah." So.
Yeah.
So my next question is, other than Littlest Pet Shop, what other shows have you been involved in your career?
Well, we can go back to, obviously we just mentioned Double D. So I was in Ed, Edd n Eddy, which is quite well known in down in the States and actually worldwide, except for Canada, which it only aired for 13 episodes in Canada where we actually live, which is kind of funny. So you ask anybody who's like in their early 20s about Ed, Edd n Eddy, they know about it because that was kind of like the height of when Cartoon Network was, really on its game with a lot of different shows.
Yeah.
So, but a few shows that I've been on that people might know. I mean, back in the day, I was on a show called Baby Looney Tunes. I played Baby Daffy and Tweety and Bugs. And then I was on Crypto the Super Dog. I played Crypto. I was on a couple of nerdcore shows, one back in the day called Stormhawks. I'm currently on a show called Slug Terra on Disney XD, Max Steel, Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures I'm on. I was on a show called Martin Mystery, which I really liked back in the day. I did a lot of anime as well back in the day. I don't know if you guys ever watched anime, but
Yep, we do.
Yep.
Gundam Seed Destiny, this show called Monster Rancher, Mega Man.
Mega Warrior, I remember that one.
Yeah. Zoids, Fuser, Card Captors.
Oh, I remember Card Captors.
Yeah, and then I don't know. I've been doing this for almost 25 years. So there's quite a few shows that I've been on, and currently I'm working on a new show for Netflix, which is based on the character King Kong. It's called Kong, so that's fun. Yeah.
I'm actually glad you mentioned Crypto the Superdog because I actually really love that show. Like,
Yeah,
Crypto is so amazing.
It was a fun show. I liked the animation style. It kind of reminded me of classic Hanna-Barbera stuff. It was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's a fun show.
Yeah. So we asked some of the Pet Shoppers community for some questions for you, and we got a bunch of questions from fans just like us. So
Okay.
this next question is from Dante, and he said, out of the characters that you remember voicing, who was your favorite to voice, like in the studio or just in general with their funny voice or anything?
Top of the list probably is Double D, because he's such a well-written character. I enjoy Russell as well. I enjoy doing I did 2 guest spots on My Little Pony as Flim of the Flim Flam Brothers. We had a really cool song.
Yeah.
The Super.
Yeah, I remember that.
So we had that was great because it was just like this really cool song we got to sing, and the characters were interesting. It was like a little vaudevillian almost kind of piece, which was fun to do. And I enjoyed doing Baby Looney Tunes because that was a challenge to try and do iconic, characters. So that was a lot of fun. And I enjoyed. I enjoy every show that I do. I'm just happy to be on and be a part of it. So there's a couple of shows that aren't on right now that I hope to get to the States. There's a show called Endangered Species, which is only on in Australia at the moment, but it'll be on in Canada, and hopefully it'll get picked up in the States. But it's basically 3 characters living in a tree stump. Myself, I play Merle the squirrel, and Lee Tokar plays Gull, which is a seagull, and Tabitha St. Germain plays a bunny. And it's basically like classic cartoon premise where 3 of us sit around in a stump and just bug the crap out of each other and come up with adventures. So that's a fun show that I'm excited about. It's one of the more interesting characters. But it's almost like, imagine Double D with a deep Spanish accent, and he's basically as uptight and fastidious about everything as Double D, but he's a big squirrel. So it's an interesting character.
Earlier you actually mentioned like the other shows that you were involved, and when you said anime, like I was when I said that I was interested into parts of anime, because apparently like I may have already asked Jocelyn and Kathy about their involvement in a familiar anime show that was on Cartoon Network when we were young called Hamtaro, and you were in
Hamtaro,
yeah, and you're in as Dexter, the one with the glasses and the bow tie. Yep.
Yeah, Dexter's another character. He's he might as well be Russell. He's got the same kind of quality.
Yeah.
He was Russell before Russell was Russell.
Russell, yeah. Yeah.
Dexter, he was in love with Pashmina.
He was very Russell, that guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're probably distant cousins on the evolutionary scale somewhere, I'm sure.
In Japan and America or something, but
yeah. If they showed up, somewhere at a party, they'd look at each other and go, "Huh."
Yeah.
He'd be like, "Nice bow tie."
Nice Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah.
That's Fun Russell for you.
Yep. So, like I said, we first heard you in there, and there was other shows with the same peers prior to those Pet Shows. So, how was this experience like, for the matter?
How was this experience like? You mean Littlest Pet Shop?
I mean, just in other shows that you're involved with the same peers that we recognized prior to Littlest Pet Shop, like Hamtaro, for example, because Tabitha was in there as Pashmina, and then Jocelyn, as I mentioned, was for Sparkle, and then Kathy, yeah.
It's kind of funny. I mean, the thing about Hamtaro is it's a Japanese show. So basically, when you record those shows, you go in separately, individually, and you do your lines separately, and you're dubbing them, right? So you're you go in as an individual and you just go through your lines and you match the lip flaps. So I didn't really hang out with them back then. Like I worked with them in different capacities, but on that show we didn't actually hang out in the studio together. So, this time around it wasn't like, hey, remember the Hamtaro days? Yeah, oh, those were great days. It was more like, oh, most of us in Vancouver, we work together on different shows all the time. So we're just happy to be working on a new show together. So I don't think any of us really made the Hamtaro Littlest Pet Shop connection when we started working on Littlest Pet Shop. But we were just excited and happy to be on a new show.
Yeah.
That's bro. And we hoped, gosh, if it has any of the success of My Little Pony, we'll keep going with this show. And we are doing more, as far as I know, so that's good.
Very good.
Yeah.
All right. This next question is also from another fan of ours named Caleb. He's asking, do you still talk with Tony Sampson, who voiced Eddie in Ed, Edd n Eddy? If so, do you two still talk to each other as Double D and Eddie sometimes when you meet?
No. Well, Tony, as far as I know, I'm not on Facebook, so I don't like people who don't live within the city. It's hard for me to I don't really talk to them that much, but Tony's, I believe, still up in Fort McMurray in Alberta. He got out of the business and decided to go into he got into the petroleum industry, which I thought is very Eddie of him.
It does, actually.
Yeah, it's where the money is, man. Oil. So as far as I know, he's working, managing an oil refinery, and he's married with kids and the whole thing. It's funny, the last time that when we knew the show was going to be ending, we took Tony and myself and Matt Hill, who I know, Matt's still in the city. He's still doing a lot of voice work. I see him. But we went up for a trip. The Eds went on a little trip up island, like on Vancouver Island, I had a little place up there. And it was kind of funny because we definitely fell into our characters literally as soon as we got there. It was like, I was like cleaning up after Tony was flicking cigarette butts here and there. And
oh my, it's so messy. Why do you have to do this?
He's like,
Wow.
oh, chill out, Stockhead. I'm like, okay, fine. So we had our last little vacation together, and then we parted ways. But no, I haven't spoke to him lately. But I'm sure he's very happy, rolling in money the way Eddie.
What about
He's
Matt?
living the dream.
You still talk to him?
Matt? Yeah, sure, Matt. I saw Matt the other day. So Matt's still in town. He's doing voice work, and he's a ball of energy. That guy. He runs marathons, triathlons. He's like the Energizer Bunny. Just keeps going.
Who are your favorite pet and human characters in Littlest Pet Shop? Not counting any characters that you have voiced.
Oh, got to pick favorites. Is that how this works? I see. Yeah. Well, see, this is the thing. This is tough. This is really tough. I think maybe I go through phases where I would really be into a certain character, and then I move on. And in the beginning, Minko was kind of my favorite because of her crazy energy. I thought she was hilarious. Mm-hmm. And then they started writing this whole bromance between Sunil and
Vinny.
And Vinny, which is it's got to be some of the funniest stuff on the show, is just that bromance between those guys. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it's just when Penny Ling goes into one of her crying fits, when she just cries and gets all upset. I mean, it's pretty hilarious. Yeah. You can't help laugh at that.
It's adorable.
But I don't know. I think sometimes just some of the one-liners that Kyle gets with Vinny just crack me up, because he's just not, he's not working with the full deck sometimes, that guy, too many, he's fallen on his head too many times from not getting the dance moves down, but,
and too many rubber chickens to the head.
Yeah, too many, so yeah. I might edge myself toward Vinny right now.
Yeah, we've actually asked other voice actors that you work with, like Kathy Wesluck and Jocelyn Lowen and Kelly Metzger, and they all say Vinny is their favorite.
And then we have right?
Yeah, so we're just going with the assumption that Vinny is kind of the cast favorite at this point.
Same as mine.
It's the evidence is piling up, I guess, because he's just He kind of reminds me, like, I don't know, you guys are probably a little too young to, well, you know the show, but I don't know if you watched it, like, the show Friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, they air that on TBS
I mean,
all the time.
He's basically Joey, essentially.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
I see it. I see it already.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I see it too.
Yeah, he's just saying, if you watch the show, right, like, all the characters, you know, people say, who's, you know, he's essentially Joey. He gets, like, these funny lines. He's not quite playing with a full deck, and it's that kind of thing. He's just funny. Sometimes people get the funny character, and that's the one he is.
Yeah, speaking about Vinny, yeah, I mean, it's one of my favorites right now, and I mean, I like all of them, but I mean, with Vinny here, it's like he's actually, I mean, I would like to see him improve with his dancing skills at some point, but I mean, it does have his way with this one layer last, and I mean, because the Bag of Frenemies, I kind of like his tap dance routine. I mean, he actually does a nice tribute to Fred Astaire at some point, yeah.
Well, he kind of was a decent dancer for a second, right? Wasn't that one of the episodes where he kind of
yeah, when he lost his tail.
Yeah, I like that.
He danced for a bit, and then it all fell back to the way it should be, right? But
yeah, well, but
no, if Vinny becomes a good dancer, he's not funny anymore. You know,
Oh, right. I forgot about
you know,
that.
He's basically this Michael Jackson in a lizard costume.
exactly. You know,
Fred Astaire, but-
Vinny Jackson.
Jackson, yeah, Django Jackson, but yeah.
the other characters on the show that are probably my favorite that are humans, I have to say the Biscuit Twins crack me up. I love them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Shannon does an awesome job of playing those two twins. I mean, it's just so funny the way she does it. So yeah, I have to say, out of like the human characters, I mean, I like Mrs. Twombly too. She's funny as well, but I mean, the Biscuit Twins crack me up. I think they're hilarious.
Oh yeah.
All right. The next question is from our good friend Andrew Shroy, and he said, "Do you think Russell and Twilight Sparkle could be best friends if both shows ever crossed over?"
And he's shipping people from different shows.
I'm still confused as to why.
Twilight Sparkle and him could be friends. Yes, but it would be strictly platonic. Strictly
Yeah.
platonic.
Please.
They'll read
Russell.
books and study all day.
Why not? They both have a lot in common, you know? I think they love books. You know, they like to make sure everybody's doing what they should be doing a little bit, you know? I could see them. But then you know what? They might be like, you get two bossy pants in a room together, it can get a little touchy, a little dicey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the old song goes: "When two tribes go to war, a point salt you can score."
Right. There you go. So, you know, maybe they would. I think they would probably look at each other in the room and go, okay, I know your type. I know your type. And they might, like, collaborate and rule both worlds together, or they might just, like, you know, destroy each other. Who knows? It's hard to say.
Yep.
It's hard to say, Andrew. I'm sorry. I can't come up with a better answer for you.
My next question is, what do you normally do in your spare time besides voice acting?
Oh, I rake leaves, man. I rake leaves.
Yeah, because it's the fall.
I know that feeling, Sam. I know that feeling. I have to rake my leaves. Well, I actually just mow them and then suck them up.
Well, that's what I like to do too. Is like sometimes I will mow and then, but no, aside from yard work, because I always got tons of yard work because I live in this little old house and there's like tons of trees and there's just always cutting and snipping and this and that to do.
Yeah.
I'm basically, you know, I'm hanging out with my girlfriend a lot and we go places and do things and I try and I'm also that's the thing. I've started to get into movie producing this past year. So
Nice.
I've helped executive produce one psychological thriller revenge movie, one horror movie which involves a cult, and then one teen comedy that I produced with the help of Andrew Francis, who is also a voice actor, and Ian Corlett, who is also a voice actor, and then Richard Ian Cox, who is also a voice actor, but he wrote and directed this teen comedy called Last Night in Suburbia, which I'm going to plug because Monday we start our IndieGoGo campaign, and we're looking to raise funds for post-production. So I'm going to plug that again at the end of this interview. So, between, producing and acting and trying to get to the gym so I don't completely fall apart at the age of 43, I stay quite busy. I got my brother, who is also an actor, Gabe Kuth. He's on Once Upon a Time. He plays Sneezy the dwarf on that show, and he's also a voice actor. He's got 2 kids, so I try and be a decent uncle, get out with them, do stuff with them. And I like to play my guitar, I sing. So those are, some hobby. I've been watching, I'm getting involved in the Christmas spirit early this year. So I've been watching some old-timey, Christmas movies. I saw a movie called Christmas in Connecticut, which I'd never seen before, which is quite funny and good. It's takes place during World War II. A funny time in the world, no. But I mean, the Christmas movie is very homey and kind of classic feel. And also, I just saw A Christmas Carol, Alistair Sims. That was a good one. So anyway, that's me in a nutshell.
That's great.
Wow, that is very versatile.
You're speaking to another guitar player here, so yeah.
Oh, okay.
Kudos to that.
Well, that's good. I hope you practice more than I do, because I'm very neglectful when it comes to my guitar practice.
Collaboration.
But it sucks because your fingers get all sore if you don't play enough. It's like you play for 10 minutes and you're like, "Oh, my fingers hurt." So
Yeah.
you gotta be consistent.
Yeah.
So our last question that we have listed here is, in your experience, what do you think is the most fun part and most challenging part of voice acting?
Challenging part. Well, the challenging part is always trying to get the job, right? We've got a great group of voice actors in Vancouver, and all of us seem to do very well, but you always want to try and get the next show, so you're always trying your best to get on the next show, get the next part. So that's a challenge, right? Because everybody here is very close and tight, and all competition is friendly, but you're always trying to make sure that you can keep working. That's always a challenge. But in terms of the actual work itself, it's one of those things that in any profession, the more you do it, the more years of experience you get, the more comfortable you feel with it. Like I said, I've been doing this for 25 years. So when you put in 25 years into anything, you hope you get to a place where it becomes almost second nature and you feel very comfortable with what you're doing. And I've managed to get to that place so that all those little skills that you learn in the studio and all the little things mistakes you've made, you learn from and you get better and better and better, right? So I'm happy to be where I am, and it takes a while to get there. But now I'm just trying to enjoy this extraordinary profession that we've been kind of lucky enough to. I was lucky enough to be in a city where it just happened to kind of burgeon. So I'm just very grateful that I get to do this for a living, because I know a lot of young people out there look at it and go, "Wow, that's such a cool, it's just a cool profession to be in," and they want to know how did you get to do that, And it's not something that I when I was a kid, I never thought I would be a voice actor. I thought maybe I might be a cartoon illustrator, because I really like to draw, and now I am involved in animation, but just not in a way that I thought I would be. But it's a lot of fun. I tell you, it is a lot of fun.
Wow.
So, before we end this interview, why don't you explain to me this whole League of Pet Shopper thing, how it came about, and why, what is it about Littlest Pet Shop that got you guys so on board with it?
Why don't we just start with one to each other, so not to interrupt each other. So, Snake, you go first.
Yeah, I think it's because of the characters and how similar the voice actors are to My Little Pony, because I've been a Brony for 2 years before Pet Shop, and this was another show on the hub to watch. So I think the similarity between those is what got me into it.
Right.
I got into the show because the writing is just amazing. The characters are just well developed and just teeming with a lot of good qualities in them. And it felt like it's a really good show, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I got into the show primarily when I saw the list of casts on IMDb, I think it was. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I saw the
IMDb.
list, and obviously I saw Peter New on there because I never heard of him until I saw this show. And Tabitha St. Germain, I knew her, and then I saw Sam Vincent. I'm like, wait, he sounds very familiar. And then I looked at it, and I'm like, oh yeah, he was Double D, and that's kind of what brought me into the show more. And I was already kind of looking into voice acting during that time. So then, when I started hearing the voice and I heard the other voice actors and how versatile their voices are, it kind of gives off like the inspiration of what kind of voices you would want to create out of that.
Right.
For
Cool.
me, yeah. For me, I came in actually late from the rest because I was actually getting to MLP when I was back in college. But then when I first saw a friend of me is like with Vinny in there, that was actually one of the episodes that first got me into there. I mean, well, the thing is that I actually am more of a fan of any type of characters that have a more diverse of species. Like anthropomorphic animals. Like, I mean, it comes like from my experience when I have been like a fan of Disney films and even like some DreamWorks. Well, the films, anime films, or shows that involve like animal characters or those who have like little personalities that resonates for me, and perhaps I just pretty much just like the comedy and the music that even though like it had a bit of with MLP, like LPS, it had unique style like from another show that pretty much even though I managed to catch up with the rest, I mean it did got me into actually liking all the into liking these type of characters, well, in their animal forms, and that's actually what got me also inspired, especially with like other types of forms of anime, like anime characters in different shows involving animals, or just the one that knows how to tell a great story and great characters. And that's also like me getting to the League of Petshoppers group, though. That actually came out of luck, because normally I thought I wouldn't get much involved. But that was like on Facebook while I was back in Dallas, and my friend Sunil actually and Bacon, I guess, or Snake, or decided to just do a Skype call, which I never really used before, and I just came in and I said, well, let's just do like a group and review stuff, and I just got in, and yeah.
So you guys are all in different cities then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So just shout out where you're from.
I'm actually from New York City, but I moved to North New Jersey when I was 5.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Cece are from Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I was born in Massachusetts, then I moved to Jersey, then I'm right now in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia, okay.
I was born and raised here in Columbus, Georgia, sir.
All right.
And I'm from Seattle.
Well, so the lead.
Oh, and for me, I'm
Seattle.
I'm from Seattle. Yep, we're like neighbors. Only between.
Oh yeah, you're not
Neighbors.
far away at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not far.
So, Sam, you wanted to hear all about how the legal started? Like, what happened? How we all
Yeah.
Oh.
So, here's what happened. It happened around Season 3 of Littlest Pet Shop. When I was on the internet, I did notice that the viewership in LPS was declining. So, I decided to try to help the cause, and then I met Sunil, and then he said, hey, I asked, can I be a guest on your review? And he said, sure. And then I said, hey, well, this is fun. Why don't we come together and become the League? And so through some situations, we all became the League of Pet Shoppers, the group who reviews Littlest Pet Shop episodes.
But to go back even farther on that one, is that it started off with my friend Russell Reviewer, who is obviously you can tell he's a Russell fan, by the way. He says hello.
Okay.
And he said he didn't want to do Season 3, so basically he passed down the torch to me, and I did a couple episodes, and then I met Snake, Clay, and Downloads Bacon, and we did the 3rd episode. And then I met Littlest Nintendo Shop, and we did the 4th episode, and then we created the League of Pet Shoppers shortly after that review.
Well, there you go. So you guys, well, that's great. Well, it's good to know that there's more episodes coming, so you have lots more to talk about in the future.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Well, any last questions before we wrap it up?
There are a bunch of pet shoppers around the world, and I've got a friend, Will Faulkner, who asked if you could do a shout out for him.
What's up, William Faulkner?
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Cool. Well, I want to say thanks, guys. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
You too.
Same here.
Say, if you have a moment, our IndieGoGo campaign, you guys know about IndieGoGo, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, crowdfunding.
Yeah.
Crowdfunding site. Our movie, Last Night in Suburbia, the page goes up on Monday. It's a teen comedy. I think you guys will actually find this to be an amusing, funny movie. So just check out the website. You can see the trailer. We have a trailer that's cut. You can check it out. And just if you think it's something that you would enjoy, spread the word to friends. We're just trying to get as much social media hype on it because we really do think, Richard and I think it's going to be a very funny movie. I don't know if you guys have watched the classic John Hughes teen comedies from the 80s, like Pretty in Pink and Breakfast Club and 16 Candles. But, for us, we're trying to create something that has a little bit of a nostalgic edge to it, but also trying to stay, modern and contemporary as well. So, but it's been great talking to you guys.
You too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's been awesome.
Yeah, it's been a
blast.
blast.
And when you guys usually post your interviews?
It'll come up later this week.
Right. Cool.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, if it's not up by Mondays, we could probably have the link in the description for your little IndieGoGo. So.
Yeah.
It'll probably be up by Thursday.
If the campaign runs for a month, right? So if people hear it, they can just, it's Last Night in Suburbia, IndieGoGo. They'll find it. It's all good.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Excellent.
Yep.
All right, guys. We'll enjoy the snow or whatever you got going on in your neck of the woods.
Well, I got snow, so
And
yeah.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, same here.
So enjoy the holidays and enjoy Littlest Pet Shop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thanks for being fans. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Without you guys, we don't do our job. So thanks.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
very welcome.
And thank you.
All right.
Yep.
All right, guys, take it easy.
Mm-hmm. And don't forget.
Peace.
Yep. And don't forget, LPS returns on December 13th at 12:30 Eastern. Woo.
Cool. Peace out.
All right, see you
Peace
soon.
out,
Yeah.
home slice.
Ciao.
You tick my
Rock
line, Snake, but
on!
that's okay.
Take care.
Yeah.
Bye, Mr. Vincent.
Bye.
That was an amazing review. That was amazing.
Wow.